In this video, we take a look at the AOV Light Groups or per light AOVs. Make sure to check out the Light Manager video in the lighting section of the course as we went through the concept of light groups there. Let me open up the Light Manager. In this scene, we have 3 lights. Let's run the IPR and take a look at them. We have this left warm light, this right cool light, and this top white light. Using light groups, we can generate a separate AOV for each of these light outputs and be able to combine those passes in post. That means we can effectively relight our scene in post-production. For example, we can turn off a specific light or change its brightness or color after the render. If you select one of the light in the object manager and under the main tab, you get this AOV light group field, which allows you to assign a light to a specific light group. For example, if I want to create a group named left here and assign this light to it, simply type left in this AOV light group. Now in the light manager, you notice we get a new light group called left with that left warm light assigned to it. Obviously, we can do the same thing within the light manager. Let's create 2 other groups for the top and the right lights. So click on this add light group button and name this group right, press OK, add a new group and name it top. Add the right cool light to the right group by dragging it and add the top white light to the top group. Now we have 3 lights in the scene and 3 light group, each containing one of them. And that simply means we can separate the contribution of these lights to separate AOVs. If we open up the render settings and go to the AOVs tab and select the only current active AOV, which is beauty, you can access all the light groups that we just created on the right side. If I enable the left, right, and top AOV light groups for the beauty AOV, now we should get 3 beauty passes in addition to our main beauty pass, each pass containing the contribution of one of these light groups. If we take a look at the IPR, we get our main beauty pass that has all the lights contribution. We get a beauty top AOV that shows the contribution of the top light group to the beauty render, and the same thing goes for the beauty right AOV for the right light group and beauty left AOV for the left light group. Now we can do the same thing not only for the beauty AOV but for the other AOVs. For example, let's add the specular AOV to the active list. Like the beauty AOV, enable all of the 3 light groups for it. Now, if we go back to the IPR, we get our main specular AOV and 3 other specular AOVs for each of the light groups. Also, we have this default light group for each AOV, emission from other sources and lights that have not been assigned to a light group will contribute to this default light group. If I get back to the light manager, we can simply move these lights between these groups or create new groups. For example, let's move the left light to the right group and maybe rename that group to right left. Now, if we select the beauty AOV in the render settings again, we need to enable this right left group and do the same for the specular AOV. Now in the IPR, we should get our main beauty AOV, a beauty right left that contains the right light and the left light, and a beauty top AOV for the top light, and the same thing goes for the specular AOV. For now, let's move that left light to the left group and rename that right left group just to right. And let's enable all the light groups for the beauty AOV and remove the specular AOV for now. One of the main reasons you separate your lights into light groups is to be able to have a greater control over your render after the render is finished. So you can mix and match your lights as you wish. So if you do it properly, you can essentially turn on and off a light after the render is finished in post. You can change the brightness of any light source or even change the color of your light sources. Now let me render this scene to the picture viewer to show you what I mean. Now the render is finished. Let's go to the layer tab and enable single pass mode to see the individual AOVs. Beauty left for the left light, beauty right for the right light, and beauty top for the top light. Let's enable the multi-pass mode. Now imagine this is Photoshop or After Effects, and to get the final beauty render you will add the 3 layers on top of each other. And this is what exactly happening in this multi-pass mode. By adding the 3 beauty paths, we have our final render, but now I can control my lights even after the render. For example, let's turn off the top light and maybe the left light. Or let's turn on the top light but set its intensity to something like 50% by setting its opacity to half. We can turn on the left light as well and go through different intensities to get different looks. So we are essentially remixing our lights after the render. You can see the potential here. Obviously, in a compositing application, we can do much more with this light group AOVs. So in this video, we'll learn about light group AOVs in Arnold for Cinema 4D. See you in the next one.